Hello everyone, this is the ToucanGuy here, back in with another commentary for Blacklight Retribution. I apologize if the quality on this video is pretty bad, because I had to use a video converter to get this into the right file type. Just watching this here right now, it looks absolutely terrible, so I apologize for that. But anyways, yeah, I bought Mountain Blade Warband, so yeah, it's actually incredibly fun. I haven't even touched the single player yet, and I am finding the game just incredible. I mean, the only bit of the single player that I've actually played was in the demo, and I'm not sure if the save file would carry over or not, but that is the only experience I've had with the single player. And I have the full game, but I just absolutely love it. And all I've done is the multiplayer. The multiplayer itself, it justifies the purchase. I mean, it's only $20. I mean, that's $5 more than, say, a multiplayer shooter on Xbox Live, like Blacklight Tango Down. That was only $15. This here is $20. And it has a full-blown RPG campaign. I mean, it's completely worth it, even if you don't want the multiplayer. The campaign to it is kind of interesting. You level up and put all of your attributes and everything, kind of like I haven't even played D&D, but I'm gonna guess that's somewhat like that, because you have, like, you level up, you get skill points in the different trees and stuff, like you add intellect, strength, dexterity, intelligence, and then there's the weapon. I'm not even sure what it's like in D&D, but it kind of reminds me of what I think it would be like. So, unfortunately though, you do not get to choose any dialogue at all. Yeah. And, well, I've only played the demo, I'm not sure what it's like in the full game, even though I own the full game. Also, from what I've heard, it is possible to play DayZ with only the free version of Arma 2. I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna try to find out. I mean, from what I've heard, it requires Operation Arrowhead, but someone I know said otherwise, so I'm just gonna try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I have Mountain Blade Warband now, so I don't really care about Arma 2 or DayZ all that much, but DayZ kind of does spark an interest as realistic zombie survival game. That just sounds awesome. Mountain Blade, it's pretty much a realistic medieval combat simulator. And there's tons of different factions with the single player and stuff, and then those factions, like, you choose between playing as any of them with the single player. No, I mean, you choose to play as different factions in the multiplayer. Why did I say single player? Damn. So, yeah. The multiplayer is, like I said, incredible, but depending on what faction you choose at the beginning of each match, you can be an archer or crossbowman, a horse archer, someone with those javelins. There's just tons of different weapons and weapon types, and some weapons are only available to certain factions, like the javelins or the crossbows. I think bows are, they're pretty much with every faction. I know that the crossbows are only available to certain factions. Not really sure what ones, kind of forget. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of variation between different weapons. There's 4 different directions in which you can attack with melee, and then with that, there's 4 different directions in which you can block. There's one-handed swords, two-handed swords, one-handed axes, two-handed axes. There's just tons of different options when it comes to your weaponry. And your armor, like when you go into the game, you can choose your, like, edit your armor and stuff. The way it works with equipment is sort of like Counter-Strike, like, every time you kill someone, you get a bit of money, and you can use that to buy what you're going to use for that life. Except it's not like you die, you're out for the round. Well, there are some game modes that are like that. Most ones you respawn, like Team Deathmatch, Siege. I know you don't respawn in battle mode, though. So. Also, there are tons of different mods for this game. Like, there's a Halo mod. That only works in one map, and the guns do not work. For me, at least. But, yeah, I think the guy got grenades working. Yeah. And the gameplay showed him using guns. And they worked fine, so. Also, there's a Star Wars mod coming out for which it kind of makes sense, because swords, lightsabers, pretty much the same thing, it's just that one is like light and can cut through any metal, the other is made out of metal. And one is science fiction, the other isn't, and is real. So it kind of makes sense for like medieval combat simulator, I guess, to have a Star Wars mod. There's also so there's a few Civil War mods. There's some World War I mods. There's World War II. There's just tons of different mods. I mean, and then the most popular one, Mountain Musket Battalion, that was turned into an actual DLC pack, which you can download on Steam. It's like $10. That's half the price of the game. Although you need the game in order to play it, though, obviously. It's multiplayer only, though, so there are tons of different single-player mods as well. Like, there's one that puts all the factions from the game into a fantasy world. I think there's a Lord of the Rings mod. Not sure if it's single-player or multiplayer. I know there's a multiplayer one, though. And that guy there is teabagging. I don't see the point of doing that in shooters. Like, sure, it humiliates your opponent, but it leaves you open to get shot in the face or in the back. It just kind of makes you vulnerable to people shooting you, you know. But, yeah, anyways, I really do recommend getting Mountain Blade Warband. From what I've heard, it does go on sale a lot. I did not get it when it was on sale, though, so it is incredibly fun. I highly recommend you buy it and download it right now. So yeah, this has been the ToucanGuy here with a commentary for Blacklight Retribution, the beta. See ya.